types of girls in relationships. So I'm going to be talking about the positives and the negatives of every single one. Every dude's like things a little bit different. Some dudes like a really clean cut type of girl, and some guys like the more free-spirited type of woman who doesn't shave, only likes to shower one time a week, and believes that wearing deodorant messes with your body chemistry and it's really just unnatural. Which brings us to the first type of girl, the hippie. This girl believes in equality for all life. She wants to live in harmony with nature and the universe, and believes that modern society is poison to the way that we live our lives. So this type does have some variations. Like there's the vegan hippie girl that still goes to Starbucks, is on TikTok or social media the same amount as a regular person. The difference is that this girl is gonna make you feel guilty for eating a steak, and she might not give you any box on a given day depending on what you ate. Maybe the chicken tenders you ate earlier from Chick-fil-A, she could just feel it in her spirit that the chicken was going through trauma, and when you ate that chicken, you inherited that trauma. So if she sleeps with you today, she's gonna inherit that trauma. So you need 24 hours of cleansing and a coffee enema before she can suck your dick. And if that's already not complicated enough for you, I got you. Then you got the hippie type girl that's also into astrology, that got the amethyst and the rose whatever the fuck type of stones, and be burning sage in the house whenever y'all have an argument. On the surface, a lot of these girls actually be very physically attractive, and realistically most niggas don't give a fuck about any of that astrology hippie type stuff, but they willing to learn for some of them sweet walls. And if you're one of the dudes that's thirsty but got just enough game to pull one of these women, you might actually start believing that when Venus is in retrograde, your Sagittarius girlfriend is forced by the universe to be annoying for the next 12 hours. The good thing about the hippie girls is that apart from buying crystals and stones and dream catchers and shit like that, they're pretty minimalistic, so they're not really expecting you to buy them a bunch of shit or necessarily like take them out, except maybe to like organic farmers markets or Whole Foods or something. But at least if you're a fat guy dating one of these girls, you're gonna be having a lot of yogurt bowls, lettuce, tomatoes, vegetables, pretty much rabbit food. So your fat ass should be in pretty good shape in like a few months. Number 2, the girl with anxiety. I'm just gonna shoot off the pros real quick because they're the first things I can think of. So these type of girls honestly can be pretty great girlfriends if you're down to like be very supportive, give a lot of assurance, be their safe space, and if you're very good at making people like very comfortable with you, these type of girls can treat you very well. The thing is, if they have like real anxiety, a lot of the times your reassurance isn't actually gonna help them in that moment. They're still gonna feel overstimulated in public a lot of the time, and they can still have a lot of fun in social settings, but there will be some times where instead of just having fun, your first priority in some instances will just be making sure that she's as comfortable as possible, making her feel welcome or included in everything. The fucked up thing is, if you're a manipulative guy, these type of girls are your bread and butter probably, because being a woman's safe place and one of the only places she really feels comfortable is a lot of responsibility sometimes, but it's also a lot of power, which can be taken advantage of pretty easily. And speaking of girls that can be manipulated pretty easily, we have the insecure girl. So there's different variations of this type of girl as well, and I do want to drop this disclaimer that, bro, if you are a manipulative guy, that shit is only gonna last for so long, and once that woman wises up to your tricks and shit, bro, she's gonna be out the door, bro. You can only use these tactics on somebody a finite amount of times before they understand all of your game, and they slowly start to pull away mentally until they just dip out and leave on your ass. So realistically, bro, the goal is to have a relationship built on mutual respect, give and take, and personalities that can complement each other and supplement your life. But back to the insecure girl. One of the early signs that the girl you're talking to is this type is if she's constantly asking if you're talking to other girls. She's consistently compliment fishing with one of the OG lines like, "Oh my god, I look so chopped right now. I feel like I'm getting fat," when there's not a hint of a roll or jiggling or a cake or any type of nothing like that. Or she's consistently saying something like, "I just feel like you don't like me for real. I don't know." Again, the only pro of dating a girl like this is if you're a manipulative guy, you can always just ignore when she mentions other girls or kind of asks you about other girls, or be very vague when she mentions other girls or kind of like accuses you of cheating, and it's gonna make her spend a lot of her mental faculties thinking about you, which attaches her more to you because she's attaching more emotion to you, which is only gonna make it easier to manipulate her because all you have to do is pretty much threaten that you're gonna leave in some type of way or just start distancing yourself, which is gonna make her go crazy, and that's essentially gonna make her just do whatever you say because she's just scared of you leaving. But most guys don't want to have to deal with any of that shit, and it's just gonna be really annoying to constantly be accused of cheating and shit if you're not doing anything. Like if you're just a hardworking 9 to 5 man that goes to work and then comes back home and your wife is like, "Damn, you were 2 hours late today. I bet you was fucking some dirty bitch, some smelly whore in a hotel while I'm pregnant at home making food for you and your dumbass, ugly ass, big head ass kids. It's like, damn, bro, I've been slaving away for your fat, loose coochie, can't even cook, no seasoning, having flat booty, can't even suck dick, right? Only married to your ass till I got you pregnant at 19. Number 4, the bop. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I got a special place in my heart for the bops, man. Look, I know in this society they get a bad reputation, but honestly, bro, they be having some of the best personalities, bro. Obviously, not all of them. Some of them are just airheads, but I've met some streetwalkers, if you will, that on a one-on-one conversation, I've actually noticed a lot of intelligence. Some of them actually have a lot of goals and ambition to actually achieve those goals. The only thing is that if you have a lot of guy friends, there's a chance she knows a few of them as well. But she knows them in like the biblical type of way. I would be completely lying if I said I never considered cuffing up one of these girls just for a very small amount of time, because these girls know what they doing, they know what a man likes, they're experienced. Hit a nigga with a 2-hand twist, extra hydration special on your Dontel downstairs. They also know how to be extremely feminine. Some of them could cook. I'm telling you, bro, they could be pretty convincing. Start telling you how the dudes in they past always mistreated them and how all they just wanted to do is just be loved and just love on somebody. It really might make you consider for a second, like, damn, bro, she's just a good girl, gang. Like, she just misunderstood, bro. You know what? I could be the nigga that could treat her well, and we just gonna ride off into the fucking sunset together on a white horse until y'all go outside and she start hugging up on niggas you don't know, bouncers you don't know. She be knowing waiters and bartenders. You like, damn, this is my first time in this spot. How you even know these niggas? You know the manager of several restaurants? Like, bro, even if this girl never cheat on you, the frequency of the times you run into a dude that she's been with before probably gonna bother you to a degree if you're a regular guy. And I ain't gonna lie, I just feel like that feeling never really goes away. So have a good time, create some amazing memories, but just like an injured animal you might find on the street, rehabilitate it, give it some healing, and let it back off into the wild. Number 5, the flirty girl, aka the friendly girl. Now, this girl is only different from the bop in that she doesn't have a lot of bodies, but if society didn't look at bops a certain type of way, this girl would 100% be one. One of the telltale signs that the girl you're talking to is one of these girls, I mean, shit, what am I talking about, bro? It's gonna be very fucking obvious. She probably has a lot of guy friends. Her best friend might be a guy. She maybe even has kissed one or two of those guy friends in the past, or multiple of these guy friends have had a crush on her, but they're all back to being just friends now. So there's no inherent problem with dating this girl. Just because she gives other guys compliments and, you know, maybe a little bit too physically touchy, like touching on a guy's biceps or arms or chest or whatever, doesn't mean she's gonna like cheat on you or be disloyal. But I do think there's something to be said about leaving the door for something to possibly happen being a little bit too wide. And letting some dude that's not your boyfriend tickle you, I know it sounds weird, but I've seen it, or be like this close to each other, smiling in each other's face, looking each other directly, deeply in the eyes. Personally, the reason I can't date a girl like this, and I don't think most guys should, is because I know how niggas are, and I know that there's a lot of niggas who don't care if you're in a relationship, and if she's allowing dudes to be that close, it would just take the right dude at the right time to say the right thing, and them walls you once called yours will be painted white like the inside of an insane asylum. Number 6, the hyper feminine girl. So the pros with this girl is that you're not going to be having a lot of arguments. They're usually the complete opposite of annoying. They're like very pleasant to be around, take very good care of themselves, and you could just tell they just love being a woman. The downside though is that if you're not the type of dude that likes to like take charge and like pretty much likes to take care of everything and like plan everything out, type of girl will lose interest in you, slowly start pulling away, and will just eventually leave. Like, some guys really idolize this idea of like a hyper feminine woman, but like that type of woman requires a hyper masculine guy, and a lot of guys, contrary to their own beliefs, can't really handle that role. Like, think about it this way: if you like to be able to ask your girl like, okay, shit, I can't really think of what to eat right now, I'm good to eat anything, what do you want to eat? If you're asking those type of questions, damn, what type of movie do you want to watch right now? What type of movie are you feeling? Like, if you want to be able to ask her for her opinions and genuinely like bounce off of her ideas, this might not be the situation for you. Now, I will say there is some nuance to this, because I do think when you meet very smart women that have a good head on their shoulders and are able to think logically, I think as a man, when you hold yourself to a certain standard and you have true self-respect, even the women that would generally be categorized as masculine treat you with incredible amounts of femininity. So hyper feminine doesn't mean she's just like a bird brain or she's just like a servant, follower, whatever type of woman. I'm just speaking more on the conventional definition of what people think like a hyper feminine woman is. People like to say that there's someone for everyone, and I don't believe that at all. I think some people are just meant to be alone, but if you're willing to not just think about yourself in a relationship, you actually care to know what the other person wants and is down to provide that, I do think you're one of the people that will eventually find somebody that is compatible. But that's another video in the tuck. Let me know in the comments down below the other types of girls that I must have missed. I know I missed a few, bro. There's so many different type of women in this world. Also, let me know if y'all want me to drop a part 2 on this one, man. Also, hit the hype button on the video, man. It really does help push me in the algorithm. Y'all are helping a young nigga chase his dreams. Y'all already know what to do, man. So, it's in the kid. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.